So we're on the road to WrestleMania. It's time to kick back and deep throat God and Sting, and time to pray that we don't get another triple threat match, and we're on the road to WrestleMania. Yippee! Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and I am here to talk about my top 5 WrestleManias of all time. Now, I understand that a lot of this is going to be opinionated, and that if you have difference, please let me know. I mean, seriously, hit me up. But really, I'd love to see your opinion. I'm giving you mine. So, but I'm gonna start off with some honorable mentions, just because I feel that WrestleManias that weren't quite on the mark and missed by just a little bit deserve to be notified. WrestleMania 20 comes to mind whenever I think of this category. That Goldberg and Brock match really brings it down. The whole Playboy thing with the Playboy evening gown match, although that was very hot. Can't really grade that, but that show's just brought down by that one match. It was just shit pile. Also, the Undertaker Kane match, really was expecting more. Another one, WrestleMania 5, Mega Powers. That one missed the mark by just a little bit. WrestleMania 21, great WrestleMania. You've got Eddie and Ray having an outstanding match kicking off the show. You've got Money in the Bank. Kurt and Michaels going out and stealing the show. But you have the 2 world title matches at the end just go. And also WrestleMania 6. That show was good. Although Warrior and Hogan could have been a little bit better, but still, it was a good match. I'm just not one of my particular favorites, but hey, we all have a difference. But number 5. Now I understand that this show isn't the greatest, and I understand the show had some ups and downs, but I was there, and it has a different place for me. And like WrestleMania 20, I got to see my guys succeed. Now, WrestleMania 22 from Chicago, Illinois, that bizarro world that we all love in sports entertainment now, because we have to have so many pay-per-views there. But WrestleMania 22 for me just holds a different place in my heart, and I have to put this one in the top 5 just because. And if it's not in your top 5, it should be at least in your top 10. It's not a bad show. It's just one of my favorites. So let's kick off reviewing the core matches like that I'm gonna talk about, starting with Edge and McFoley. Good match. Great scratch good. Great match. This was really Mick Foley's only real shining moment in WrestleManias, because if you think about it, he was in that Boiler Room Brawl at Mania 15 doing the 1, 2, 3 for Austin Rock. At Mania 16, he was in the second one to be eliminated in that trashy Fatal 4-Way. I'll get to that WrestleMania in my worst. And then 17, he's doing another special guest referee thing. Mania 20, he's rocking Slap Connection against Evolution. And then you get to this WrestleMania, and Foley finally gets his moment. He gets to put a new guy over. He gets to prove to you that Edge is what you think is what the WWE is trying to tell you he is. But what I don't get about it is, why didn't Edge meet him at the show? I understand that Triple H is banging the boss's daughter, and that you have to shove him down our fucking throats to get your point across that we're creating the Breakfast Club, and you're gonna fucking like it. But Edge should have main evented this show with John Cena. But I'm glad he didn't, because this match was terrific. The Money in the Bank match. Great. You had a mixed bag here. You had RVD, Ric Flair. I mean, come on. RVD and Ric Flair in a Money in the Bank ladder match. That's great. RVD winning the briefcase here. Second annual Money in the Bank. Good Money in the Bank. Not as good as 21, but hey, the first time is usually better. The casket match between Taker and Mark Henry. Not good at all. Probably one of the Undertaker's worst Mania matches, other than Giant Gonzalez. That one is in a league of its own. If you touch that match, your eyeballs will burn. Trust me. But yeah, so many things were wrong about this match, and I really didn't like anything about this Mark Henry and Undertaker feud. I just didn't really get any of it. But here, you have the after this, you have the World Heavyweight title. And I remember going in, and after the Royal Rumble, thinking, no, they're not going to give Ray the title. They're not going to put the title in Ray. Because my original thought was that The Undertaker was going to win the belt from Angle with No Way Out. They were going to have Ray come close to beating the streak, but just to come up a little bit short. But he didn't. And then you get to No Way Out. Also at No Way Out, you have Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio, and you're thinking, sure, Rey Mysterio thing, you're thinking, oh god, they're really high on Orton. They really like this guy. I'm not so sure that and I was hoping, at the time, I was like, please don't, just to have Ray win Royal Rumble to be like a tribute to Eddie Guerrero, just to have him lose it the next month. Like, I found myself, but then you get to this triple threat, and it's a good match. That's no dispute. It could have used a little more time. I think it was only about 11 minutes. But I got to see Rey Mysterio win the World Heavyweight title live and in person. And it's one of the greatest moments of my wrestling fandom. And ultimately one of my most memorable moments. Also, you have Michaels and McMahon in their little hardcore street fight, whatever you want to call it. This was just basically a chance for Michaels to whoop Vince McMahon's ass and just make fun of Shane. That was funny with the kendo stick. But ultimately, this was just... And this really has a good moment with Vince laying on the table with the trash can over his head, and Michaels doing the elbow drop to the table. You've got Shane McMahon handcuffed to the bottom rope, and Michaels doing that little and then whacking him with the cane. You have Michaels hitting him over the head with that body fitness poster. That was really funny. But this match was good. I mean, it was entertaining, which is what a hardcore match is supposed to do. It's supposed to entertain you whenever you don't get out of the regular in-ring stuff. Hardcore matches are supposed to get you thinking, oh shit, that is great. But this match was still very damn good. Then you get to the WWE title match, God versus Fruity Pebble, and oh boy. I said it earlier in the video, Ed should have main evented with Cena in this match. You knew that Cena was going to win. You knew it. And I didn't know until we got later and earlier into this year where we were going and the road that we were going down. Because at WrestleMania 21, I saw them putting a belt on a kid that they were feeling he was ready, and I didn't think that he was going to be. I knew he would be one of the futures of the company. I didn't think he was going to be the staple, but he was, and I can't discredit Cena for any of the work he's put in, because you can't. No matter how much we all hate this guy, and no matter how much we don't like him, we should respect him. But really, this match was just something else. It was in between good and bad. It was not great, it wasn't fantastic, but it was okay. It wasn't WrestleMania main event. I mean, you put these two in terms of how high the company is on him, you're thinking, this is going to be fucking awesome. But it wasn't. But still, I can't say anything bad about the show. I mean, there's only really one bad match for me, which is Mark Henry versus The Undertaker in the casket match. But anyways, this is number 5 in terms of top 5 WrestleManias for me. So, please like and comment and subscribe if you want to get more videos. Also, my ranting series. So, I'll see you guys later.